before we move to the connection of the MySQL database, let's clean the data. And to be specific, let's clean the salary data. If we go to the website and you look at the salary that the companies are offering, most of the time you see the number 55,000 and jährlich, which means annually. So this is the price that we this is the value that we are getting once we are web scraping. We are getting not only the number, we are also getting the currency and also the characters. We would like to get only digital number, so we have to pre-process the value that we are web scraping. And since it's also offering sometimes per month, I will find it and I will show you. So here, for example, it's the number, the salary per month. We would like to calculate each value in the way that we get the digital number and only per month, so that later in the database we can store only a number per month and we can make some queries accordingly. In the case of the range, sometimes the companies are offering a range from 2. We will have to find the average of that and also divide by 12 because we have 12 months. First of all, you will have to modify the function that we already have, parse job data. Here in this function, we are web scraping all columns that we need, including the salary. I added this so you can copy paste from my GitHub. In this case, once we already have the whole value, numbers together with the currency and with the characters, once we have that, we want to extract the salary value, which means only the number that represents the salary. And of course, here you should change from salary to salary value because we store that number in the salary value variable. And the salary in parentheses means the column where we have to store in the CSV file the salary value. Let's move on to the function extract numeric salary. First of all, we have to check if the salary is specified as yearly or monthly. Therefore, let's create 2 variables. Is yearly and is monthly. On the website, this specific attribute is always provided in German. Therefore, it can be either jährlich or monatlich. Therefore, we will just copy paste it, both to yearly and monthly. And now we want to specify where you should look for it in salary text. The same we will do for the is monthly variable. Salary text is the argument that we are passing to the function. Once we have that, we want to clean the salary text. We want to remove all characters that are stored in the value that we web scrape. The characters are ob, the currency, and either monatlich or yearlich. We will store that in the variable salary text clean. And we already used the regex expression in the previous video. Here we will use the regex method substitute as well. And I already prepared the expression for you. This expression removes any characters from the salary text that are not digits. So we want to keep the digits. And that are not decimal or comma separators. Here, we want to keep decimals and commas separators because we want to know if it's in thousands and if there are some decimals. We also want to include the hyphens because some companies are using hyphens in order to indicate the range. So we want to substitute it with the empty string. And here we also have to indicate where we are looking for. We are looking in the salary text. The result of this is a string that contains only relevant characters for numeric extraction. Next, we have to extract numeric salary components. For this, let's create another variable called salary numeric. And let's use the regex find all method. I will copy paste the expression and I will explain it right now. The beginning of that expression, 1 to 3, matches 1 to 3 digits to handle numbers like 3, 100, or 123. The next part matches optional groups of 3 digits separated by a period, handling thousand separators like 1000 or 3138. Sometimes companies are writing down 1.850. So the second part of the expression handles these numbers where you have a dot to indicate the thousand. And the third part is also important for us in order to handle some numbers that indicate both the thousands and the decimals. An example of that would be like this, for example. In order to handle these numbers. Why do we need it? Because without this part, without this third part, the function will identify this number as two separate numbers, namely 3 and 138, 19, or whatever. And then it will divide it and look for the average because it will think that it's a range. But it is a monthly salary, and that's why we want to keep it with the decimals. Next step is to convert to standard numeric format. Therefore, let's write down if numeric salary numeric. Then we want to convert European style formatting. So we need a variable, an empty string called salary values, where we will keep the values that we find, and we have to iterate through them. For salary, we do that because we want to find the average in case the company provides a range. For salary in salary numeric, we want to find this salary value string. So we write down salary and then replace. We want to replace dot with the empty string so that we have 1,000 without the dot, like this, for example. In the website, the website is using this format with a dot. We don't want this. Then we want to replace again comma with a dot, because companies are providing dot for the thousand and comma in case you have the decimals. We do not want to have any characters to indicate the thousands, and instead of comma we want to have the dot. And now we want to append the salaries we found. Salary values, append, convert it to float, and let's provide the parameter value, salary value string. Now we will handle the salary ranges. So if the length of salary values is 2, which means if we have a range, we have from 2. It means that we will have 2 numbers in that string. So if we do have that, we want to divide it by 2. Salary value equals to sum. We want to add 2 numbers together, salary values. So we are looking for the average, and now we have to divide it by 2. Else, if there is only one number for monthly salary or only one number for yearly salary, salary value equals to salary values on the first position. 0 indicates for the first position, of course. Now we have to convert yearly salary to monthly. If the company gives you a salary per year, then you have to divide it by 12 in order to know how much you would earn per month. If is yearly, salary value equals to salary value divided by 12. For the monthly salary, we do not do anything, but we want to return monthly salary the way it is. If is monthly, return and now we want to return final salary value. So let's write return round salary value. We are rounding the number to 2, which means we are adding the decimals. Sometimes the companies are giving just, for example, 5,000 without any decimals. And since we are already providing the decimals, we want to keep it the same for each row. Next, we write if we have a dot in the salary value, else in salary value. That's it for this function. Let's run the script and check if it works. And now let's open the CSV file again, and we want to check the salary. So what is that? 5,000. Let's check if it was the salary per month or per year. Per year was 60,000. If we divide 60,000 by 12, we will have 5,000. So it worked. Let's check another example. Here, for example, let's copy the link and paste it to the web browser. And we have 50,000. If we divide 50,000 by 12, we should get more than 4,000. Let's check it out. All right, so for the practicum, which means the internship, they are offering really that much. It looks like our function works correctly, and now we can move to connecting the database.